that is directivity and the effective area. So I'll start my discussion with the relation between maximum directivity and maximum effective area. ठीक है. Now to have this kind of a relation I must consider three cases. ठीक है. Whenever I'm talking about the transmitting antenna, whenever I'm talking about the receiver antenna, I need to understand two things, that whether my antenna is a lossy antenna and whether my antenna is a lossless antenna. So here we are going to talk, whenever we are talking about this particular derivation, while deriving the results for this particular relation, I'll take first condition that my antenna, whatever I'm using, both the antennas, receiver and transmitting antennas, are the lossless antenna. When I say lossless antenna, this means that my conduction dielectric efficiency is equal to 1. Okay. Now, next condition which I'm considering here is nothing but the antennas are perfectly matched. Whenever I'm saying my antenna is perfectly matched, this means that there are no reflections. So my radiation efficiency in this particular case will be 1. Okay? And the third condition which I am taking here is nothing but the polarization loss factor. Okay? Yesterday only we have discussed about this particular polarization loss factor. So polarization loss factor, if I'm going to denote it, this will be denoted by PLF. I'm considering is unity. What is the meaning of this one? If I'm saying that my polarization loss factor is unity, this means two antennas are perfectly aligned. So I don't have I can say I don't have a conduction dielectric loss. I don't have I can say I don't have reflection loss, and I don't have any polarization loss factor. Okay. So here I'll consider the case one, that is my antenna is a lossless antenna. Okay. So here I need to consider for this particular condition what kind of things will be there. So in the case one, I'll say that antenna is connected to the transmitter. So this will be the transmitter. My antenna is connected to the transmitter. Say this is my antenna. So this will be considered as the antenna 1. Okay. And then you are placing, this must be the distance between a transmitting antenna and the receiving antenna. This is my receiver antenna, which will be connected to the receiver. And here I'm considering whatever I am doing here. Antenna 1 is transmitter and antenna 2 is receiver. So I'm considering case 1, that my antenna 1 is transmitter and 2 is receiver antenna. So I'm considering that effective area and the directivity. Say effective area of antenna 1 80. ठीक है, and for that particular receiving antenna will be EAR. Effective, sorry, it will be the directivity. So directivity for both the antennas, if I'm talking about the transmitting antenna, it will be DT, and for receiving antenna it will be DR, and they are separated by a distance R. So this will be considered as a communication link. So I can say this is my antenna 1, I'll say this is my antenna 2. Now, whenever I'm interested in the power, what will be the power density? We know that power density, how we are going to calculate the power density? W is equal to, I can say, power divided by 4 pi r square. So power per unit area, you're calculating it in this way. Okay. So here, if I'm talking about the average power density, my average power density here will be PT 4 pi r square, and the unit will be watts per meter square. I'm considering whatever antenna I'm using is nothing but the isotropic antenna. So what is the significance of isotropic antenna? Your isotropic antenna radiates equally in all the directions. So I can say this is antenna. Now here I am having a antenna 1 as a transmitter antenna. Yeah, you can see antenna 1 is a transmitting antenna, antenna 2 is nothing but the receiving antenna. So if I'm interested in calculating the power density for antenna 1, I must consider the directivity of that particular antenna. So the actual power density, if I'm interested in the actual power density, how I'm going to get this actual power density? So the W average is equal to PT dt divided by 4 pi r square. This will be watts per meter square. Now what is this dt? This is the directivity of antenna 1. ठीक है, so I need to consider the directivity of antenna 1, which is nothing but the transmitting antenna. Now let us talk about the power density. ठीक है, when it is multiplied, now whatever antenna you are using, not all the areas will be effective areas or the effective aperture. So if you are talking about this particular power, now this is transmitted power. Now received power, how you're going to calculate the received power here? PR is equal to W average into AR. So this is nothing but the area, effective aperture of your receiving antenna. So it will be PT DT divided by 4R square into effective aperture of the receiving antenna. Let us denote it with this one. So if I'm interested in DT AR, then I can say this will be PR by PT into 4 pi r square. So I have got the relationship here. I can say DT AR PR by PT 4 pi r square. So ये आपको, now if I'm comparing both the equations, I have two equations here. I just denote this equation with the equation number 1 and this equation with the equation number 2. If I'm comparing these two equations, I can say that here the your ratio of received and transmitted power into 4 pi r square is nothing but the dTAR. Now let us interchange the things. Now your antenna 1 was transmitter, your antenna 2 was receiver. Now what we are doing, we are considering another case where our antenna 2 is transmitter and antenna 1, sorry, is receiver. Okay, so what will happen here? Now I have got some relationship previously, that is dt AR is equal to PR PT by, sorry, into 4 pi r square. So if I interchange, by interchanging, what I'll get? Antennas. I have just interchanged antennas. So I can write here dr receiving antenna, directivity of receiving antenna, sorry, directivity of transmitting antenna. Okay, we have mentioned here. So this will be dr at is equal to pr pt into 4 pi r square. We have just interchanged the antenna. So compare both the equations which we have received previously. If you compare both the equations, now let us denote this equation with equation number 3. This we have already mentioned as equation number 2. If I compare equation number 2 and 3, I can say that dTAR is equal to dr at. ठीक है, so dt dr is equal to, I'm so sorry, I'll just dt at transmitting antenna is equal to dr AR. So I just mentioned this equation as equation number 4. So I have received some of the very interesting comparison of directivities and effective aperture. So I can say DTDR is equal to DRAR. DTAT is equal to DRAR. So this is nothing but the what we have received. Now we know that this what we have assumed here, whatever we are using is nothing but the isotropic antenna. So if you see the relationship, we can say that the directivity of antenna is increased, effective area will also increase in the direct proportion. So when the directivities are maximum, आप यहाँ से क्या बोल सकते हैं, whenever your directivities increases, your effective area also increases. So when the directivities are maximum, so if I consider my maximum directivity is equal to DOT for ट्रांसमिटिंग एंटीना. ठीक है, ये मैक्सिमम डायरेक्टिविटी आपका ट्रांसमिटिंग एंटीना का है. DOR फॉर receiving antenna. These are the maximum directivities. ठीक है, so if I'm considering, if I'm rewriting that particular, and if I'm considering my apertures are also maximum, so apertures are also maximum. So my previous equation here will become, whatever I have written will be DOT divided by ATM is equal to DOR divided by ARM. ठीक है, So this is all about the effective aperture, or in other ways I can write ATM is equal to, I'll say, DOT into ARM divided by DOR. ठीक है. To find the values, consider any antenna for which your aperture and directivities are known. So I'll take one example of a short dipole antenna. ठीक है. So these things we are going to discuss in next sessions. What do you mean by short dipole antenna? But for very short dipole as a receiver, your effective aperture, अगर आपका बहुत छोटा एंटीना है तो इफेक्टिव अपर्चर इट वर्क्स एज अ रिसीवर. सो आर एम इज गिवन बाय 3/8 लैम्डा, sorry 8 pi into lambda square. ठीक है. So what will be the directivity for this particular one? So directivity is calculated by ATM is equal to ARM divided by DOR into DOT. So DOR for this particular antenna is 3/2. They are already proven, so you don't need to think कि ये कैसे आया, क्योंकि there is a separate analysis of the antennas. Based on that we can analyze that this is nothing but the effective area and this is nothing but the directivity. So if you put all these values over there, my ATM will become, यहाँ पे अगर ये सारे values आप डालेंगे तो your ATM ARM क्या है आपका, 3/8 lambda, sorry 8 pi into lambda square. What is your DOR? It is divided by 3/2, so it will become 2/3, and you can say this is the DOT. So if I'm going to solve this one, 3 will get cancelled. 2, so lambda square by 4 pi into DOT, whereas I'm considering that this is the maximum directivity. But if in general you are talking about the effective aperture which is not maximum, I'll denote it AEM, which is nothing but the lambda square by 4 pi into D0. ठीक है. Somewhere in the free space equation we have used this particular derivation of the effective aperture. So how you can calculate the effective aperture? AEM is equal to lambda square by 4 pi into D0. Now this is the condition when your antenna is not having any losses. You don't have any ECD loss, you don't have any ER loss, you don't have any polarization loss factor. All these things are to the unity. Then you can say that my effective aperture is nothing but the lambda square by 4 pi into D0. Now take another condition whereas you're considering your antenna is the lossy antenna. So I'm writing all the things here for lossy antenna. So how you're going to calculate? Now the maximum aperture will get reduced by the antenna loss factor. So here you're assuming that you are having something lossy antenna. So I can say for lossy antenna you will have a ECD loss, okay, whereas you are having ECD which is loss in that antenna. So I can write that my effective aperture is equal to ECD into lambda square by 4 pi into D0. Okay. So for loss antenna, whereas you're having a conduction dielectric loss, now what will happen? Antenna, if there is the impedance mismatch, so you are having a reflection loss here. Okay. So for lossy antenna, and impedance mismatch. So when I say impedance mismatch means there will be obviously you are having some reflections. So if I'm talking in this case, I need to consider ECD, okay, and you need to consider ER also, ठीक है. So यहाँ पे आपका जो भी होगा वो होगा आपका ET, total loss, which is nothing but the ER into ECD. How you're going to calculate the this ER? This ER is calculated 1 minus reflection coefficient आपका ये 1 minus rho square, ठीक है. So if you're putting all that values, now here my effective aperture will be ET into lambda square by 4 pi into D0. Now I need to replace this ET with ECD into 1 minus tau square into D0. So this is something when your antenna is lossy, but with a impedance mismatch. In this condition, your antenna is lossy, but there is no mismatch in the impedance. Now the third condition, that फॉर अ लॉसी विथ इम्पिडेंस मिसमैच एंड अ पोलराइजेशन लॉस. ठीक है. आपका थर्ड कंडीशन क्या है? यू आर हैविंग ऑल द लॉसेस, लॉसी एंटीना, impedance mismatch, and polarization loss factor. So in this case, my this particular effective aperture will become ECD, then 1 minus, I can say, tau square. ठीक है. ये आपका, sorry, I'll just this one, 1 minus tau square, then I can say lambda square by 4 pi into d0, and the polarization loss factor, that is AW, that is wave unit vector and antenna unit vector square. So this will be your complete effective aperture. So if you are going to see here, AEM is nothing but the maximum effective aperture. ECD, you can say radiation efficiency or conduction dielectric efficiency. ET, total efficiency, not writing completely. Rho is nothing but the reflection coefficient. So tau or rho, whatever, just mention it with tau. Rho is something different. So I can say this is the voltage reflection coefficient. What is the lambda? Lambda is the wavelength of incident wave. D0 is the maximum directivity. AW we have already seen, that is AW. It's a unit vector in the direction of इलेक्ट्रिक फील्ड ऑफ द वेव. ठीक है. और आपका ए ए जो भी है, दिस पर्टिकुलर वैल्यू ए ए इज नथिंग बट द यूनिट वेक्टर इन द डायरेक्शन ऑफ द एंटीना एक्सिस. आई एम राइटिंग हियर. सो ए ए इज नथिंग बट द यूनिट वेक्टर in the direction of antenna. ठीक है. So this is nothing but the how we are going. So summary, if I am talking about the summary of this particular what we have seen, I can summarize this particular thing. That if my antenna is a lossless antenna, I don't have any loss. So for lossless antenna, my effective aperture here AEM is equal to lambda square by 4 pi into D0. What about the antenna with all losses? You're having all losses here. So my antenna effective aperture is equal to ECD 1 minus tau square, I can say. ठीक है. Lambda square by 4 pi into D0, and my next loss is nothing but the polarization loss factor, which is nothing but the this square. So this is nothing but a summary if you're talking about the antenna and it is having all the losses. I think I have already given you